And so now we got a part 2 because I put my finger on it. I'm so dumb. I do that all the time. I must be the only person on YouTube that has got part A, part B, part C. I'm trying to get rid of the ceiling light. It's not really doing it, but anyway, you can see more of me. I guess that's a thrill. There's always been plenty of me to see. Not quite as much now. I don't have a bra, and of course I don't have many boobies left. All right, so getting back to this, I'm going to spray this on my hair. Just a little bit damply. Oh, that was in my face. Okay. And I'm going to quick take this brush. It's hot now. Make sure I get all that wetness all over. All right. Now this is that curling iron that I just showed you in the part A, but this is part B because I touched the little button on the side. That I do that all the time, and tell me don't do that anymore. Okay. Then you just take a little bit of hair. And you just curl it like this and go real slow. I might have too much there, but see how it curls it? Isn't that nice? It does it really nice, just the way an older lady would like to have it. She doesn't need to have all those kinky curls and everything else. Okay. And you face it up to the sky. Up to the sky. And you could just, I'm probably going too fast, but I didn't think you want to watch this all day long, but just kind of go slowly. It doesn't pull your hair out. Look at that nice. That's nice. I like that. You like this, honey? The way it curls my hair, Philip? He likes it. The bangs, I cut them the other day. I think I got them too short. I've actually cut all my own hair since you've been watching me. I've cut it all the last, well, I've been cutting my hair since I was a kid. I learned how to do it decently. I had 6 kids, and you know how much that would cost to take those kids to the barber? 3 were boys and 3 were girls. I started on them when they were young, and they looked kind of funny sometimes. But by the time they went to school, they looked passable. And I ended up giving some of my kids' friends haircuts and coloring their hair and perms. Remember when boys were getting perms in the 80s? I gave my son and his friend perm. It was just a thing. See, it just does a little bit, and that's what I want. It's just like a bend, I call it. And in the back, I can't see what I'm doing in the back. Maybe you can. But I used to have poker straight hair, but as I got older, it started waving. I think when I was a child, when I was born, my hair was curly, but that didn't last. But they say when you're going out, it's the same as when you came in. And it's kind of true for me because my hair has gotten not really curly but wavy. Sometimes I can get it to a curl when it's wet. When I take a shampoo, I can make it curl. But anyway, this is just fooling around. It didn't cost much. I got it half price. I think I paid $59. But it's got all that wave out, and it's just got a guess I could do it a little. I'm not working for them, so if I don't do this right, they can't sue me or anything. Or not pay me, since they're not paying me anyway. But I just thought this was a nice tool. And they have umpteen tools. I'm sure you could find something that you liked. And let's see how this looks now. Yeah, it looks better than it did before. Let's see if you can see anything in the back. I can't. I guess I'll see it later. Let me just take my comb. Take my comb, I'm a stranger. See? Now that's not too bad for just a few minutes. And then I should put a little spray on, which I didn't bring the spray in, so it probably won't stay long since it's raining outside. But I think it looks pretty good. And again, here's that comb close up. Isn't it pretty? I like the handle on it. Yeah. I think it's done something. And if you don't like that, you can just take it and go under. And just have it, we used to call it page boy. You just do it the opposite way. And then you got page boy. So, and my hair seems to like to do page boy. I don't know why. See? But you could just play with it and do whatever you want with it. I think that's cute. It's good enough for a old lady. No, I don't usually curl my hair in a camera, but I better turn it off now. But it's saying 370. I don't usually like it to have it that high. There, now it says off. And I think I'll unplug it. But I have fine hair and I don't want to put a lot of heat on it. But that was why you put this little spray on it. It protects it from the heat. This is called Lange. Hang on a second, get the granny glasses. Rival Heat Shield. And it works. I haven't had any burning on my hair. So let me go unplug this before it burns up my magazine. Everything's pretty easy for me around here. I keep things close by. I'm going to get my Ozempic. I'm in the refrigerator. And I got my eyes. And I got to get my cleaner pad. I really like to do these outside. It's nicer, but not today. More storms. It's the stormiest August. Here in Alabama, we don't usually have much rain in the wintertime. I mean, in summertime. Boy, I am crazy today. Okay, boy, I look fat in the thing, but I'm telling you that that's not me. That's just a huge jammies. Times 22. Here. Well, no boobies. I had to get up. I don't think you're going to be able to see my leg when I do this. I guess I'll push it back. But I'm not going to touch that button because it'll turn off. How's that? Yeah, okay. Here, see? My jammies, they're very large. All right. I got my little pad to clean my leg. And I've got my newest Ozempic, and I'm going to show you how it looks, because everybody likes to see it for the first time. Here's where I keep track, right there, of each week. I think this is my last one on this pen, and my doctor supposedly is ordering my new ones. I'm going to be taking a 1 point, not a 1.1. I'm taking a 1 point, moving up from the 0.5 that I've been taking. I think. I haven't heard, but I'm going to have to call later and see. Okay. I'm going to put this closer till I get ready to do the shot so you can see, because I think everybody likes to see. Uh-oh, a massive something happened. All right, here's my pen. This is the closest I've ever been. I'm going to shake it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I didn't do much curling on that, but it looks pretty good. It's kind of straight. All right, now take the top off, and then you see that this little screw that comes through it, it goes up higher every time you turn it. It's almost to the top, so I believe this is my last shot. All right, then, whoops, this is the needle. Take the little safety paper off. And I have stuck myself, so there is a reason why they put these on here. I'm not too good about avoiding things. Okay, I put this on here, and I screw it on. Okay, then I shake it again. I'm really careful about shaking because I don't want to get air in it. The air goes into your vein, goes through your heart, boom, that's the end of you. I don't know how much that can happen, but I saw it on TV. All right. Now it's on 0, and I'm going to turn it till it gets to 50. You'll see when it gets to the 0.25, which is where we should be all starting. There's the 0.25, long past that. All right, now I'm keep turning it till it gets to the 5.0. Come on, come on. There it is, 5.0. All right. Guess I could set these things down. Now I'm going to push you back so you can see me put it in my leg, if I can remember which leg. Someday I'm going to drop my phone on the floor, and then I'm going to really be mad because I don't have the money to buy another one. I take off my shoes. I think that you will be able to see it. Maybe not. Maybe push it a little bit more. Okay. All right, I'm going to bring up my recliner. Okay. I think it goes on my... Does it go on my left, do you think, this time? I think it's on my left. I can't remember. Let's see if I have a bruise from last week. I usually have a bruise. Nah. All right. It doesn't seem to be a pad in here. I guess it's going to be real thin. Yeah, there's a pad. Oh no, Willie's trying to come up here. Don't let Willie up here, Billy. No, Willie. You don't need to help Mommy right now. Uh-oh, this is not wet, Phil. Can you get me another pad?
Where that?
Back there. Up in that bag. For some reason, this is dry. I want to make sure I have... Whoops. Yeah. Let's get a couple in case another one's dry. They were back from when he was getting infusions. So I don't know, maybe they do dry out after a while. It's been a couple years. It's alcohol pad. This one feels light too. I have alcohol, but well, dang, that one's dry. Here's one. This one feels a little thicker. I don't think this one's dry. It's thicker because there's two of them. But it is wet. Kind of. So I'm going to put, it's just a little bit wet, but I guess it's good enough. I had a shower anyway. Alright, let's see if I got another one in there. I hope you can hear me. They said I'm a low talker. I don't know, my dad used to say I had a big mouth. A loud mouth. He called me loud mouth. Anyway, I'm going to shake it up and clean it off my leg. No, Willie, don't come up here. And I'm going to take off the first cap. That's the first cap. And then there's just a little cap. And take that little cap off. And there you can see the little needle. And it's got a little bit of juice on it. See that juice? That's semi-glutide. Alright. So I've got everything done. I've got it turned to 50. I've got all that. Put it in. Ow! Why did that hurt? Hope I got it right. Push the button. It's cold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Then I put that back on there for a second. Now that hurt. I don't know why that hurt. Maybe because it's closer to my knee. I think I'm supposed to be up higher. You know, I've only been doing this for 5 months. So I'm going to put the... Move you back here so you can see what I'm doing. That hurt. It's not supposed to hurt. Okay, I put the little cap back on it. And supposedly, here's the other cap. And I'm going to unscrew it and put that in my bottle so nobody gets hurt. Put my little cap on. Supposedly this is empty. I've had 4 good shots out of it, but there's always a little bit more because they want to make sure that they don't chip you, so they give you a little more. So next week I'll probably shoot me a little extra if I haven't gotten my 1. If I have my 1 by next week, I don't want to be putting any more. I'm a little bit afraid that it's going to make me sick because a lot of people have said that they didn't have any problems with the 0.25 or the 0.5, but then when they took the 1, they started getting upset stomach and headaches and diarrhea and cramps and whatever else, constipation. I have had a little constipation, but my doctor suggested I get a stool sample, a stool softener, and that's what I've been using with stool sample. Ooh. I'm a little crazy today. I didn't sleep good today. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to put it back in here and put it back in the refrigerator because I want to keep it cold. You don't ever keep these out once you open them up. And I get my trusty pen and I'll notate that this is August 8th. So that's when I took my last shot. And then I'll put this in the refrigerator with the my next month's. And let me just see it again. Ozempic, and there's the little pen. And then next week, I guess I'll know if I'm going to get on the 1.0 or if I'm going to stay on the 0.5. Are you getting irritated with my points and my numbers? Today I don't seem to have it. I'm a little bit out of it. Um, the dog's been gone again in the rain. We had some really bad, I put it on YouTube the other day. We had some bad electric storms. And let me put this away while I'm thinking about it. I'll turn you around and you can see me get into the refrigerator. If you like to see that, you can see all my cruises and trips on there. All right. Now, I'll show you again my pants. See, if I pull them back, pull the top back. Now that might be the 16 or the 14. Anyway, I'm not getting rid of my heavy clothes because for one thing, around the house they're comfortable. And for another thing, I might gain the weight back. I don't know. A lot of people do. Oh, I know a girl that lost a whole bunch of weight and she just gained 15 pounds back. So I'm not trying to scare anybody, but life is life. And if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you pay the consequences. Now, what I'm really hoping is the fact that when I take this Ozempic, it makes me not hungry, and I have to pretty much make myself remember to eat at my certain times, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I have to eat smaller portions because my stomach's not going to take anymore. What I'm hoping is that this is teaching my body to only eat smaller portions instead of all that big old hamburger and french fries and a milkshake. Maybe I could just do without a lot of it. As it is now, I learned that if I get the kids' meal at McDonald's, I'm really happy. I've got a small hamburger and I've got a little bit of fries and I could eat them. I have to eat it early in the day, like before noon. If I start eating around 3 or 4, which is the time we have dinner, I can't really eat very much. But I make sure I eat my 1,200 calories. But yesterday I had 1,400. And I'm hungry right now. I'm trying to think what I had. Today when I got up, I had made some luscious banana bread yesterday. Banana nut bread. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you my nut bread. I made 2 nut breads because I gave some to my daughter and since we have company here. But I don't know if I really needed that because I don't eat as much as I did. And my nut bread. Oh gosh, it smells so good. Oh, banana nut bread. It's good, it's good, it's good. Mmm. I have to have some more of that. But that's the problem. That's how I got to be 220. So I had banana nut bread for breakfast with some butter on it because what good is it without butter? But I didn't put a whole lot. I didn't put big gobs of it. I just put thin sheets of it. Sheets? They were called butter sheets. And then I had my daily moo bar. That's a vanilla ice cream with a little bit with dark chocolate. I feel like I'm getting my dairy and I'm getting my dark chocolate because dark chocolate's good for you. This is my undershirt. This is what I sleep in. I sleep in undershirt and panties. It keeps me kind of... Oh, guys, this is so big. It's like a blanket. Okay, anyway. Um, and then I had my tea. I have tea every day. I have hot tea, and I put my protein. Um, guessing it's like a bone meal or something. I put my protein in there, so that makes my. And then I put some fake sugar in it. So my tea is then 70 calories, but I have 20 proteins. So I make sure I have protein every day. I'm about to have some cottage cheese in a little bit because I'm kind of hungry. But I imagine there had to be some good stuff in that banana bread because it tasted so good. I think there might be some protein in something of it. I don't know. But what I was getting at is I hope that I've learned to discipline myself to not eat a piece like this of banana bread and just eat a piece like this, and not eat a big old jumbo hamburger, but eat a small hamburger. That's what you need to do because your body doesn't need all that. Now maybe when you were 20, 25, 30 and you run around playing golf and tennis and swimming and chasing your kids around and having a job, you probably could get away with eating all that. But when you're 77 and you're sitting in the recliner from the time you get up to the time you go to bed, except for a couple trips to the store and walking out and talking to your dog, you don't need all those calories. And again, like I've said about 50 times before, I'm doing this for my health. I'm not doing it for my looks because I've obviously gotten older looking. I've been told that. I can see it. But I've lost some of my chins, but in the meantime, my cheeks have come down to here. Cheeks. Everything's I've got Ozempic face. But it's not that bad. I mean, I'm not supposed to be looking for attention at the age of 77. I'm supposed to be old, and if you're younger, I don't think you're going to get Ozempic face like that. You're not going to get the wrinkles. See, I've gotten wrinkles, and I don't know what these bags are, but I'm sure that it'll go away sometime. But I wish it would take this ear away. I have a Ozempic ear. My ear is stuck out my whole life. This one's nice. Well, it's not. It sticks out a little bit. But this one's always stuck out a lot, and I was worried about it. So I wish the Ozempic would take my ear away. I don't have much else to say except that I'm feeling good. I hope you're feeling good. I'm enjoying my life, and I'm enjoying a lot more since I've lost 40 pounds. And you want to see how far I'm going to go, and so do I, but I weigh 185, and I'm thinking that probably I'll be happy at 160. I used to be 160 when I was a teenager or a 20-something and not paying attention to my weight. And 160 was really not bad, but I was solid. Now that I'm not doing exercises and things besides just walking, I don't know, I might have to go to 150. I'm not going any lower than 150. My daughter started at 220, same as I started, but she's 5'6", and I'm 5'3", because I've shrunk. I was 5'5", but I've shrunk to 5'3". But she is down to, she's lost 84 pounds. So I'm not even going to do the math right now, but she's somewhere around 138, I think, 136. And she looks good, but see, she's more solid, and she, hasn't gone through all this, skin and untuckables. So I think that I'm going to try to be 170 to 160. Maybe 150. I don't think I'm going to do 150. I think that's too low. I'm thinking 160 will be good. So that means I need to lose 25 more pounds. And I have a cruise coming up. I'd like to have a little bit more weight loss by then, but just so I can fit into all those 14s that I bought. The dress is like 14, 16. And I bought some 14 shorts, so they definitely fit, but they stretch a little bit. And I'm somewhere between 14 and 16. I don't know, maybe 15, if there was such a thing. People ask me from other countries that watch me, want to know what a 14 and a 16 is. I don't really know my measurements, but I would say 14, 16 is considered large. And small, medium, large, extra, extra large, 3X. So, you know, my daughter is wearing a small, and I'm large. So she's wearing like a 8, 10, then 10, 12 would be medium, 14, 16 would be large, 18, 20 would be extra large, 22 would be extra, extra large. I was extra, extra large, and I've gone from extra, extra large down to large. So that would be 3 sizes. Large, extra, extra. Yeah, I've gone down 3 sizes, maybe 4 sizes. Well, 3 sizes if you go that way. If you go by the numbers, I've gone from 22 to 14. But I think when you do small, medium, large, it does 2 sizes at once. And as far as, if I tell you inches, you're not going to know inches because you do meters and whatever else, and I don't understand all that too. It's really neat to have some of the German people talk to me because ich spreche Deutsch a little bit. I took German in high school, and this one man wrote me last night and said that he really enjoys watching me, but he doesn't know a thing I'm saying. But I thought that they had translation for them because it translated what he said to me. But I do remember some of the German, and I can understand some of what he says, but then I hit that translation button and I know exactly what he said. I should have taken Spanish because we cruise a lot to Spanish-speaking countries. Our church was having Spanish lessons, and I wanted to just learn to speak the language, and they were doing conjugation of verbs and all that, and I said, hey, I'm not going to write a book in Spanish. I just want to be able to converse. I wanted conversational Spanish, and that's not what they had. And we've been to some French-speaking places. Some of the islands are French, and then we've been to France. We've been to Amsterdam, so that was Dutch. Dutch is kind of close to German. I remember, like, ich kann nicht verstehen. Ich kann nicht verstehen. I cannot understand in German, or in Dutch it's keine Verstand, so it was pretty close. We went to England, so I didn't have any trouble. In Ireland, I didn't have any trouble. I kissed the Blarney Storm, and we went to Brussels, which was just amazing. I really had no inkling of ever wanting to go to Brussels, but it was just like when you go to the beach and you make those sand castles and you let it drip and it dripples down and makes all those little steeples. That's what the buildings looked like. They were so old. That's the oldest place I've ever been. I think they were like 1200s and all that. It was kind of neat. And we've gone to not Ohio. I'm from Ohio. I'm from Michigan and then Ohio. But we went to Hawaii 3 times, and I really enjoyed that. We've gone down to Panama and Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. I've seen all the Caribbean islands. But I really want to see more of the United States, so I really enjoyed that trip I took last year where we drove over to Phoenix because I got to go on Route 66. And I've been to California because I've flown there, and I've flown to Las Vegas. But driving to Phoenix, we went up in Alabama we went through Mississippi, which I've lived in Mississippi, and then we went up into Tennessee, made a left turn, went through Arkansas, and then we went through Oklahoma and the very top part of Texas, which I've been in Texas a lot, but I was never up there. It's really nice up there. I didn't like the down part as much. We went to New Mexico, and then we went to Arizona. I think that's Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah. I'll tell you a little funny. I went to work for lawyers when I was like 52, and they were all like, even the lawyers were just turning 30, most of them, and they thought I was some kind of rinky-dink because I hadn't been to college. And they all the secretaries had, and I hadn't been, but I had a lot of experience working at General Motors and Reynolds Aluminum and RCA, so I had education on the job, which I think is just about as good. But anyway, the first day they gave me something to type up, and it had the word Albuquerque, and it was taped, so I was taking it all through my ear, and I'm going, Albuquerque, I don't know how to spell that. So I looked it up, and I went ALBUQUERQUE, and I just said it about 5 times that day. So now I can spell Albuquerque. I'm a very good speller, but I had never spelled Albuquerque, so I'm real proud of that. I can spell that, and Massachusetts and all that. But I was born in Detroit, Michigan, and I moved to Ohio, and I lived in Port Clinton, Ohio, and then my family moved to Racine, Wisconsin. Then we moved back to Dearborn, Michigan. Then we moved to Phoenix, New York. Then we moved back to Dearborn Heights, Michigan. Then we moved to DeWitt, New York. Then we moved back to Warren, Michigan. Then I got married, and I lived in Roseville, Michigan. And then I lived in Harper Woods, Michigan. And then I got divorced, and I moved to Fairfield, Michigan. No. Wait a minute. Got divorced. No, then we moved to Ohio. I didn't get divorced yet because we moved to Ohio. We moved to Toledo, Ohio. Then we moved to Mason, Ohio. Then I got divorced. Then I moved to Fairfield, Ohio. And then I bought a house in Reading, Ohio. And then I got remarried, and we moved to Westchester, Ohio. And then we moved to Pell City, Alabama. And we lived up in Mays Bend, Alabama. Then I lived in Oxford, Mississippi. And then I came back to Pell City, Alabama. That's where I live now, and I'm not moving anywhere. My next move is 6 feet under. So now you're really bored and you don't know, but I just talk. I just tell you what I think you might want to hear, and if you don't want to hear it, you got that little button, just turn me off. Just turn me off, because a lot of people have turned me off. Speaking of turn me off, I think my husband's turned me off. He done left me. I live in the South, but I am a Yankee, but I like to pick up some of their colloquialisms. And like when you go shopping, you have a sack. You don't have a bag, you have a sack. And when I was first here, one of my neighbors asked me, "Do you need to go to shopping?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "You want me to carry you?" And I went, "Carry me? I'm kind of heavy." She said, "No, I'll carry you in the car." So they do say a lot of funny things. And then I married a man from Florida, and he is very southern, but he's a southern gentleman, so he doesn't say, he says different things than what I'm used to around here. But he's not going anywhere, and I'm not going anywhere. But my daughter is. My daughter just sold her house, and she's moving out of Pell City, and she's moving to Moody, Alabama. And my son, in January, sold his house in Pell City. He's moved to Jasper, Alabama. And my other son got the heck out of here after high school, and he lives in Montgomery, Alabama. He's lived a lot of different places, but I'm not allowed to talk about him, so I won't. And then I've got, most of my cousins are still in the Michigan area, but I have a nephew in the Atlanta area. He lives in Kennesaw, and it's good to see him. It's my older brother's son. My younger brother has a son that lives in Huntsville, Alabama. And then he's got a daughter in Michigan. And he had a son, but he passed away. Jonas, I really loved Jonas. And my husband has no children, so he's happy with mine. And my children are kind of old. They're like 55, 53, and 51. So I was 52 when I married this husband. And we get along very well. We had our 25th anniversary last December 27th, the day that our granddaughter was born. She thinks that's pretty special. She goes with us a lot. She's the one that's living here right now because her house got flooded. They're working on it. Hopefully they'll get into their house soon. But it's kind of fun to have her and her husband live here for a while. The cats like it, and the house is big enough. We're fine. So now this is 42 minutes. Oh my gosh. They're probably going to kick me off. They're not going to let me do this anymore. I guess that'll be it, because I can't do it if they don't let me. And if you don't watch me. And if you want to subscribe, there's probably a button somewhere. I don't know where it is because I don't see it on my camera, but just subscribe. I would really enjoy having you. I think I have something like 2,400 subscribers, and that's I'm proud of that. I must be doing something right. I know I'm a screwball old lady, but I'm just honest, and I have a good time. And if you get a chuckle out of me, that's great. If you learn something from me, that's great. If you learn something not to do from me, that's also great. And if you can't stand me, push that button. I love you. I really do. I love doing this because it fills up my day. But I don't really have a plan of what I'm going to talk about. You probably know that. But, you know, we'll go through our drawers and see what else. Maybe I can go into jewelry next time. Oh, I got my ring on. That's kind of a new ring that I bought. Isn't that pretty? That's QVC. Yeah, I could do a lot for QVC because I am their #1 fan. That's a J-A-I, and I've got a lot of his jewelry. That's a little heart. That's a quartz. I'm trying to think what color it's. I just thought of it. I just thought that was quartz, but I can't think of the color. It's luscious. I don't even have my wedding rings on. This was our first anniversary ring, but I keep my jewelry at the bank. I don't have anything in the house. Just good junk jewelry. Jay is not junk. His jewelry is good everyday jewelry, but I wouldn't call it junk. But I do have that. But, yeah, I do have some nice jewelry, but I keep it in the bank. And just my husband and my grandkids, and my cats. So now we're up to 44 minutes and 47 seconds. So I'm going to say bye. Love you. Tune in again soon. I'll be outside maybe next time. It's just been too damn hot to be be out there right now. In too much rain. I scream. You guys be good.